Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. My name's Eben, and I am an AMSOIL specialist. I'm an independent AMSOIL specialist, and what I do is I do nothing but motor oil, transmission fluid, brake fluid, power steering, coolant, everything on my channel. And today I have a very interesting subject. Why does BMW and Aston Martin use 10W-60 motor oil? And what this is this is almost like a motorcycle oil. It's very thick, and it's designed for 250, 300 degree motor oil temperatures. And you know, as oil gets hot, it thins out, and it has a higher ability to shear and basically get thinner. And when oil shears, you get metal on metal, and when you become metal on metal, your temperature rises, your motor oil gets hotter, and it gets thinner, and then you lose oil pressure. So the question is today, why does, right here in the back, you'll see M5, M6, Z8, why do the M5 and M6, why do they take this like track oil? And I'd love to hear your opinion on why, but I'd like to share my opinion. So one of my theories on this motor oil is what happened is one of the M guys, they drove their car in the track, and they said, you know what, it seems to run a lot better. I have higher oil pressure by running a BMW, which is Castrol. This is basically a Castrol product. This is a full synthetic, which is actually a synthetic blend. I don't believe it's 100% synthetic like AMSOIL. So any molecules that are refined are not built for a specific application. They're refined. And when the oil is refined, basically it has a higher chance to be unstable. Basically, you can burn more oil faster, and you have the ability to shear the oil, which is more friction. So that's the M oil, and I basically think that the main reason is it's for track purposes. And it's interesting now that, you know, the BMW and some of the Aston Martins are V10 and V12, and this is the factory fill on this Viscosity is factory fill. Obviously, it's not AMSOIL, it's Pennzoil, but this is the factory fill on the Dodge Challengers. A lot of the Dodge Viper takes this. So basically, what you're doing with a 040 is the 0 is the winter viscosity, and you'll hear it almost sounds like water. It's very thin, and today it's 100 degrees out. And basically, the 0 viscosity, you have the ability to cold start very easily. You have little pressure on the oil pump. It circulates easy at 0 degrees. You can start your car with this and have good wear protection. And there's a lot of protection that comes on starting your vehicle. So they say like 80% of wear is on startup. So it's interesting. I hear a lot of stuff about BMWs having engine problems and Aston Martins having engine problems. And it's interesting that they take an abnormally thick oil that if you're at, you know, even 40 degrees, I mean, listen to this. So you can hear quite a difference. And to me, it's interesting that they have a lot of engine problems on these V10s, the Aston Martins and the BMWs. And the only thing I can, you know, basically bottom line, I would think the cold starting is rough. And as the oil breaks down, it gets even thicker as oil burns off. So that's another part. Now we're going to tap into this oil. This is the Viscosity. This is AMSOIL 100% synthetic. And this is the European car oil. And this is for BMW, Mercedes, Porsche A-Spec, VW, and Audi. And basically, this is what would come in a SL65 AMG Mercedes, which is a V12 twin turbo, 600 horsepower, 730 pound-feet of torque. This is the oil that would come in it. And you can hear, I mean, it's 100 degrees out, and that basically sounds pretty thin compared to a 1060. So it's an interesting dynamic of the oils, and you know, why so thick. So I'd love to hear your opinion on what you think. And I wanted to mention something about my car. My car comes with a 5W30 from the factory, and recently the C7 Stingray just updated their technical bulletin to 040. So this is what came in 2014 to 2018. Any of those Stingrays came from the factory with 530. Now it comes from the factory with a 040. And the reason is because these guys that do track days, some guys do track days once a month. They're not really doing a half-hour track session, maybe just a little autocross, and they're driving it competitively for, you know, maybe 5 minutes at a time. And when you have an oil this thick, this is for track use, you actually have to swap out the oil and then go back and forth. So what GM said, let's update our technical bulletin and let's go to a do-all oil. You have the cold start protection if you live in Michigan, and then you have the track protection. And this 40 weight, you know, that might shear down at 250 degrees. That might go down to a 30 weight. But one of my theories is the AMSOIL, this is a 60. When you get this up to 250 degrees, my opinion is this shears down to a 40 weight when you get it hot, because the quality of it may not be the same. I don't know for a fact. I'm not a mechanical engineer. I haven't done high heat testing on these oils, so I don't know, but that's one of my opinions. So I'd love to hear your opinion on the AMSOIL product on Castrol. If you have a Aston Martin, I'd love to hear your experience. BMW, if you're a BMW owner. And definitely be sure to like, share, and subscribe this. If you have any questions on this oil, you can also, I have a link below where you can purchase it. And then, so the other thing I wanted to mention was, if you have a specific vehicle and you would like to check, hey, I'm curious if I can run XYZ oil in my car, feel free to give technical support a call. This is the phone number. And they're out of Superior, Wisconsin, and you'll get really good service when you call in. That's one of the things that I love about AMSOIL, is when you call in, you get someone that speaks excellent English. They answer all your questions immediately. It's very easy to call in, and so that's what I recommend if you have any questions on what application could work for your vehicle. Because I know a lot of people, they think, you know, is it good for my car? Can I change it now? You sure can. You can change over to synthetic anytime. Won't hurt your car. If you have any questions on this stuff, my name's Eben. I'm an independent AMSOIL specialist. What I do is I do this all the time. If you have any questions, give me a call. My best reach phone number is 702-472-3614. And we will see you guys back next time on synthetic oil protection. If you guys love this stuff, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks.